Hello, everybody. I am Roger, and I am honestly sick. I've been playing Kerbal Space Program, and I can't figure it out. I'm real bad. I'm real bad at Kerbal Space Program. I'm real good at it. But you know what? The whole thing just doesn't work for me. So let's switch to scene one here so that I can go. Let's learn about something. I'm from Massachusetts. Let's look up how did pilgrims make cheese. Let's learn about that. All right. So let's go back to scene. How did pilgrims make cheese? History of cheese. International Dairy Foods Association. According to ancient records passed down through the centuries, the making of cheese dates back more than 4,000 years. No one really knows who made the first cheese. According to an ancient legend, it was made accidentally by an Arabian merchant who put his supply of milk in a pouch made from a sheep's stomach. As he set out on a day's journey across the desert, the rennet in the lining of the pouch combined with the heat of the sun that caused the milk to separate into curd and whey. That night he found that the whey satisfied his thirst, and the cheese curd had a delightful flavor which satisfied his hunger. Delightful flavor doesn't satisfy your hunger. I'll be real with you, International Dairy Foods Association. You're telling me that this guy who was just out to make a quick buck did what the Silly Bands guy did, but on to what modern people would think is a cosmic scale. Like, what do you eat that doesn't have cheese in it? Unless you were on a diet, the things you eat generally have cheese in them somewhere in the process. You at least have cheese once a day. Can you imagine that guy who lived in an age where, I don't know what the population on Earth was, but if he knew the population of Earth now and how many people enjoyed cheese, that guy he'd shit himself. He'd be he'd be the richest man alive, right? Like, you can't discover milk. You can, but you don't make money off that. The cows make it. But the process of making cheese doesn't happen naturally, except for it have to be a very specific circumstance. And so let's keep reading. Travelers from Asia are believed to have brought the art of cheese making to Europe. In fact, cheese was made in many parts of the Roman Empire when it was at its height. Many parts of the Roman Empire at its height. The Romans, in turn, introduced cheese making to England. During the Middle Ages, from the decline of the Roman Empire up until the discovery of America, America wasn't discovered. The continent that later became America was discovered. This IDFA. This is a messy little article. Cheese was made and improved by the monks in the monasteries of Europe. You can get more specific than that. Europe is fucking huge, and monks tend to be specific. For example, Gorgonzola was made in the Po Valley in Italy. Okay, thank you. Sorry. I take it back. In 879 AD, and Italy became the cheese-making center of Europe during the 10th century. Roquefort was also mentioned in the ancient records of the monastery at Conques, France, as early as 1070. Let's look up Roquefort. First, to scene one. Roquefort. All right, back to scene this thing. To type everything you need to know about Roquefort cheese. Cheese.com. Let's go ahead and open that in a new tab. And then Britannica. Let's do that. Everything but Wikipedia. I'm sorry, Wikipedia. I love you. But this is about cheese, man. We got to be specific. All right. From CostelloCheese.com. I'll allow the cookies. Look at that cheese, man. That is something. I would expect to pay a hefty dollar for that cheese. Man, look at that cheese. I want to make that cheese. What is Roquefort? I don't know how to pronounce it. Visually reminiscent of a limestone cliff, of the limestone cliff sides in which it is aged. Roquefort illustrates French artisanry like few others, a favorite among kings and popes. This classic blue mold cheese is made from sheep's milk and is easily recognized by its blue veins stretching across its moist and crumbly body. It is creamy and aromatic, complex and intense with sharp and tangy nuances. It's fucking, I'm going to be real with you, it's cheese, dude. And because they put these adjectives on here, they sell it. Do you want it up? Let's look it up. Let's go ahead. Scene 1, baby. Roquefort cheese price. Wow. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell. Did not mean to yell. It looks really expensive. I'm on Amazon right now. Let me hop on my Amazon real quick. Let me show you. 1 pound, a pound of cheese, $45. So let's come back here. Let's look at a pound of cheddar cheese. And of course, there's going to be a difference. Cheddar cheese, fresh, natural. I'm putting tags on this thing. $20. 5 years aged cheddar cheese is $52. Okay. All right, so let's come back here. Roquefort, $45. Okay, what are the reviews on this cheese? You can see all the ingredients as we added a copy of the label. I don't know about bacterial testing, but the cheese came very well packaged and it was delicious. Good. Okay. What's the 1-star review? Let me see that. Uh-oh. They got rid of it. Don't look at my beanbag stuff. In my protein. I don't know for sure it was advertised as an import. I know it was IK. It was believably delicious. Dancing emoji. Thank you, Cynthia. That's fucking great, dude. I do not know where it can or cannot go, but it came to me in Albuquerque, New Mexico, well packaged, and it was delicious. I'm gonna be honest. It's the weirdest bunch of reviews I've ever. What's Papillon doing here? Right, that's fancy, dude. Look at that. We went down a cheese rabbit hole. Raw milk is used. While the cheese is great, it was a close call as it arrived hot, with all the cold packs also hot. This is the second boo-boo from the vendor, with the first being the wrong product arrived. Given the price of product, packing with dry ice is expected. I'm gonna be real with you. If this isn't packaged with dry ice, that's kind of fucking crazy. It's like a whole dairy product for $54. Yeah, that is kind of nuts. Anyway, while the unique characteristics of Roquefort are largely imparted from aging in caves near Toulouse in the southern part of France, the milk of the Lacan sheep also plays a large role in the outcome of flavors. Grazing on pastures in aucun time. The sheep are known to produce milk of sturdy character, rounded flavors, and a high yield. Do they ever look at those sheep and they're like, good sheep, good boy, thank you for making cheese? Pair Roquefort with honey and zesty apples. I want you to show me a fucking zesty apple. Show me a zesty apple. Shut up. The salty profile of Roquefort also sits in perfect tune with meat. There's a lot of types of meat, my dude. Castello cheese, you have failed. How it's made. Strict guidelines set the tone for how producers make this kind of cheese, and following these is key to achieving the official label. Tankers collect milk every day and deliver it to the creameries, fresh and unpasteurized. Is heated and poured into closed vats, then blended with a mixture of cold. So it's pasteurized. They then pasteurize it. You can just say that. I know it makes it sound processed, but you fucking pasteurize it. You blend it. You pasteurize it. Not only does this curdle milk, the yeast also triggers the fostering of blue mold from the center of the cheese. Once firm, the curd is milled and shaped by molds that are left to drain it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that doesn't pasteurize it. Who knows? A generous brine of salt is applied by hand, preventing an excessive growth of mold on the rind. Okay. I see the difference here between the rind and the cheese. The brine cheese is pierced with steel needles, allowing the blue veins to develop and breathe. I like that. So literally, purposely grow the mold. Naturally formed caves in the cliff overhang the village of. Okay, it's a village. Let's put me back on scene one, baby. I'm big. Look at my hair is so crazy, dude. Look at me. I'm an emo kid. I'm looking up the village, but I'm not just looking it up. I am looking it up on Google Maps. We're gonna look it up on Google Earth and stuff. So bring me here. Okay, here we are. Roquefort. Oh, there's so many of them. Oh, Toulouse. Okay, they all want to be Roquefort. What? Did they really all dick ride that hard? The cliffs. Is this the real one? I guess. Can we go? Where's our layers here? There we go. I'm guessing this is it. Ah, okay. Paved. And, alright. A lot of farms. Those must be for making cheese. Let's go to the... fuck it, dude. Let's go to the coast. What does the coast look like? I'm looking at it real hard. Okay. Ooh, whoa. Boats. Break. Uh-oh. This dude's drifting on the waves. Okay. What's going on here, huh? Oh, got some cars set up. Hey, I like that. Is that like a... Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know so. Is that like a sand buddy? Or is that a shadow? It's like a thing to put your car in when it sands. Plaggy. What does that mean? It's the beach. Hey, that's really cool. I love beaches, man. But anyway, this is where... That's all the cheese right there. That's so cool. Alright, we're now on cheese.com because I clicked on it. Popular French cheese reported to be a favorite of the Empereur Charlemagne. It is called the cheese of kings and popes in France. The cheese is protected by AOC guidelines. Roquefort cheese is moist and breaks into little pieces easily. Genuine Roquefort is rich, creamy, and sharp, tangy, salty in flavor. It's aged for 5 months. It's also mostly used in salads and dressings. Okay. Classic blue cheese. It's a blue cheese. Made from Ewe's milk, often considered one of the greatest cheeses of France, designated as protected by French law. One of the oldest known cheeses, it was reportedly the favorite cheese of the Emperor Charlemagne. Widely imitated throughout the world, and its name is used rather indiscriminately on processed cheese and salad dressings. True Roquefort is noted for its sharp, tangy, salty flavor and its rich, creamy texture. Today, some authentic Roquefort are made in Corsica, but all still undergo final aging in the limestone caves of Roquefort near Toulouse in southern France. That is what we are about to find. Let's get it. Roquefort caves discovered Roquefort cheese underground. The average French person eats over like 50 pounds of cheese a year. So we figured that it was only fair. We did our part 2. All right, it shows us there. It's a little bit south of where we were. We were way over. Jesus Christ. To the uninitiated, this cheese could be bundled with any other blue cheese. Its moldy appearance, and it is moldy appearance. Strong smell is certainly a giveaway, but Roquefort isn't just any French blue cheese. It's one of the most eaten cheeses in all of France, and that's saying something given how many they have to choose from. With its ivory-colored body made from sheep's milk and the dark green vein of mold running through, it's not a cheese for everyone. Creamy and moist, according to Sterling, it's a cheese to savor and eat slowly. Did they not go there? Why would they have to say according to? They should have gone back and rewrote that because they, assumably, went there. Look at that. Some cheese, man. That does not look like the picture. Are those the caves? Hey, that's interesting. I want to see. Come on, show me. Oh, wow, they got cheese cave displays. No fucking way. Yo, the cheese caves. Can you imagine that's a place on Earth? Oh, there's all the cheese. You can see it on the... Oh my god, the cheese is just all over the place. And then it gets to the store. $10. Okay. Oh, look at all the cheese. Oh my gosh. You see that? That's the cheese palace. The maturation cellar. Oh my gosh, that's really cool. And there's Roger. He is testing it with a little square. No, my understanding is that they do not. They run the tours in French only and in groups. I like that doesn't reference anything directly. Hi, do you know if they have exclusive tours? I tried to find an email to contact them, but I did not find. Probably worth sending them an email, but they are supposed to be open all year round. We will be riding through Roquefort on May 8th, which is a holiday in France. Will the caves be open on that day, Kathy? People with money, man. These are all people that just go on French cheese cave tours. Meanwhile, I work my fucking ass off. I could probably run laps around those people. But anyway. Is that people, they just go on a holiday and they do crazy shit like that? Generally formed in 5-pound cylinders, which we saw, 4-inch thickness. The white paste of the interior is marbled with blue mold. The cheese is wrapped in foil bearing a traditional insignia of red sheep. Anyway, we learned about cheese. Why did we get to that part of cheese? Wow. Oh, yeah. 1070. Wow. Cheese making continued to flourish in Europe and became an established food. In fact, the Pilgrims included cheese in the Mayflower supplies when they made their voyage to America. Looks like we're going to scene 1 again, baby, because we're about to look up. This is a direct reference. Cheese on the Mayflower. Mayflower cheese. History of cheese. They brought cheese with them. First cheese in... That's what I gotta look up. First cheese in America. Cheddar. Okay. The first cheese in America was cheddar. All right. America's cheese-making tradition originated in Europe and came over with the first immigrants. In fact, the original American cheese is cheddar. The English immigrants brought their prized cultures and traditional cheese-making techniques along with them, and the rest is history. No. I want to know. Cheeseetiquette.com. Cheese is believed to have originated in the Middle East. It is so ancient it is intention. Eventually predates the written word. Cheese making in the Old World was widespread, and cheeses were regionally identifiable. The first American cheeses were produced when Pilgrims brought established recipes like cheddar from Europe. Originally, cheeses were made for home consumption. Later, the sturdiest specimens, mainly cheddar, began to be sold at market. American cheddars of excellent quality were being exported back to England. The English, afraid of the new competition, labeled American cheeses inferior. Thus began the trend of shunning American cheeses in the Old World. Wisconsin had begun settled by cheese-loving European immigrants. Their passion soon shifted Wisconsin from a wheat economy to a dairy economy. Now, Wisconsin is the #1 cheese-producing state, followed by California. Originally, New York and Ohio were the largest producers. James Kraft invented American cheese, which was processed in order to increase product safety and consistency. By 1930, over 40% of cheese consumed was Kraft brand. American cheese was thereby associated almost exclusively with the style of processed cheese, further damaging its reputation here and abroad. Can you imagine? I don't mean to get weird, but as I think a final note in this video. Can you imagine if instead of trying to recreate everything in Europe, right, we came over and we were like, We brought cheese. We want to make cheese again. Can you imagine if we listened to Native Americans and we were like, what do y'all make? And we were like, let's help. Instead of being like, but I want everything that Europe had. You know, imagine if we didn't do that. And imagine if we, instead of trying to dominate, which we did, you can't deny that we were like, we vibe with it. What can we do? How can we help? I don't know, man. What would happen? What kind of America would we have today? Who knows? I can't see anything.